Why? See, there's an old saying that a leopard never changes its spots. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe we all have character that can be molded like a piece of clay.
Yes.
And if we choose to mold our character to be a certain way, we can do that. And how I know that? Because I've done it.
Yeah.
I wasn't always this kind of person. And when I was a kid, I was pretty rotten. I was. I mean, I did a lot of bad shit. You know, and I did. And I can look back now and say to myself, you know, I'm not embarrassed by it. Because all that stuff I did led me to where I am today. It's part of the path we go on. You see? So it's critical that you don't berate yourself for things you've done in the past. It's all part of growing up. But it's also important that you shape your character to be something you could admire, or you would admire in somebody else. And then you like yourself. Because you can look in the mirror and say, no, I'm pretty good, I'm okay. I treated that person nicely today. I stood up for the right things. So that's just my own personal philosophy. So I just wanted to share that with you. Yes, sir.
When King got killed, a lot of those fires that was dead on the west side was dead by the police. I happened to be in a store when they threw a firebomb in there.
Really?
I seen them coming up the alley, and I bagged up. I hid behind a big column just like that, and that firebomb come through there, exploded, fire went everywhere.
So you're saying that they created the riots?
No, they created all the fires.
Well, that's interesting you said that. Because that day, when Martin Luther King was assassinated, my nightclub was opening in Chicago that very day. And nobody came because of the riots and the fires. And eventually, my nightclub burned down too.
Wow.
And I always thought it was them that did that. You know, because they didn't want me having this nightclub. And so it's like now they don't want me on the air, talking on television.
Yeah.
So I believe in the Waco incident when the man said that they threw a bomb.
Oh.
I was in the store by myself.
Well, I totally believe you. And what happened in Waco, I mean, I know what happened there.
I'm 58 years old.
You're 58?
I was in the store called Howard Style Shop. When I went to the alley, I seen the police coming up with the brag gear and all like that.
Right.
So I went back and hid behind the column, and that bomb came through there, was turning around, and when it exploded, fire went everywhere.
It's just amazing, isn't it? It's just amazing. I mean, when my club, I'm going to tell you what happened in my club in Chicago.
What's the name of it?
It was called the Electric Theater and then Kinetic Playground. I'm the one who brought Led Zeppelin there to America.
Wow.
You know, and I used to put on big shows with Grateful Dead and Jefferson Airplane, Sam and Dave, you know, B.B. King, Albert King, all kinds of great bands used to play my nightclub.
Muddy Waters every Sunday.
What?
Muddy Waters every Sunday.
Muddy
night.
Waters was there. Oh, yeah. What?
Was it on Clark Street near Lawrence?
4800 Clock, yeah.
There you go.
Old Rainbow Skating Rink.
Exactly. That was my nightclub.
Totally now.
Get this skating, man.
Let me tell you what happened. One night, I was having remember it was the year of the Democratic Convention in '68 in Chicago. And all the hippies were coming out from all around the country to go to the convention. And they decided that they want to use my nightclub to hold a fundraiser. And I said, sure, no problem. So the club was filled with a few thousand. We held like 5,000 people in the club. It was pretty big. And there were a few thousand people there. And I'm up on the second floor in my office. And I look out the window, overlooking the cemetery there. And I see paddy wagon after paddy wagon after paddy wagon pulling up in front of my nightclub. Blue lights on, you know, the whole thing. There had to be 15 or 20 wagons at least anyway. What is going on? I'm thinking about it. It's right in front of my club. I want to see them coming into my club. So I ran downstairs, see if there's anything wrong going on. And there wasn't. So I realized they were going to raid the club. So I called everybody. I went up to the stage, and I told everybody, listen, we're being raided. Sit down on the floor, pull out, you know, and cooperate with the police. As I said that, one of the policemen threw me off the stage, from behind my back, I didn't even know it, and into the arms of another cop on the bottom, and they started dragging me out. As they're dragging me out, I'm going, you know, victory, victory, you know, I'm doing the whole thing. And I see the fire department there, and the fire department is emptying the trash cans on the floor. I say, what in the world are they doing that for? What's going on here? Why are they emptying the trash cans on the floor? They take me out to the paddy wagon, And they put me in the paddy wagon. As I step into the paddy wagon, one of the cops grabs my groin from behind me and squeezes. As a man, you probably know how that feels. And I fell to the floor in dire pain. And the next kid that came into the paddy wagon, as he was stepping in, one of the cops at the billy club smashed him in the back of the head and split his skull open. For no reason. There was no reason for any of this. The next day in the newspaper, it says, "Electric Theater short-circuited," you know? And there's my picture in the newspaper with my Great Dane, and now I'm out of jail. They arrested me. I'm out of jail. And then I'll never forget this. I don't know if I should mention names or not.
Go ahead.
But a sergeant and a captain from the police department came to see me. Because I went on television to explain that what the cops did, that they were wrong, that nothing happened there. Oh, I left that important. So the fire department dumping the trash, what that was about was the cops said that the fire department went there and the place was littered full of garbage and it was a fire hazard. And when they tried to get people to stop that, the people attacked them. They attacked the fire department. So the fire department had to call the police for help.
Oh, wow.
That was the cover story. So the next day or 2 days later, I'm going on television. I'm trying to tell the story. Nobody paid attention. Nobody cared. And I thought this was just in Chicago. But 2 days later, the cops came to me, and a sergeant and a captain. And said, "Mr. Russo, we didn't know that was you the other night because you're so young." I was only 24 at the time. And they said, "I didn't know that was you, and we're sorry if you got hurt, you know, but we're here to help you." I said, "You are? How are you going to help me?" He said, "Listen, I know you want to stay open, and we have no reason to shut you down. So let me tell you what the deal is. There are 4 plans. There's the A plan, the B plan, the C plan, and the Super Deluxe. And the Super Deluxe plan was $2,000 a month. And you give them $2,000 a month, and whenever they're going to raid you, they call you up and tell you they're going to raid you. And when they raid people there, they don't really bother them too much. They just do it for appearances. So I took the Super Deluxe. And everything was fine, and my club was a giant success. And then one day, they said to me, "Look, the local alderman wants to shut your club down. And Mayor Daley, the senior Mayor Daley, is going to cooperate with him, and we're going to shut your club down. So, because we're so honorable, we're not going to take money from you anymore." That got me nervous. And I started fighting them in court. And then one night, there was a big fire. And the club burned down. And that was the end of it. And so I'm giving you my back. That happened same time around Martin Luther King's assassination in Chicago. So that made me think of the story to tell you. So I'm just sharing my stuff with you guys.
Thank you.
We appreciate
My
it.
pleasure. Yes, sir.
I wonder if, I'm just wondering because I'm thinking about your film and the Who Killed the Electric Car and the Inconvenient Truth. I'm wondering and then I know that Michael Moore has a film coming out about the healthcare system later on in the year. Did you all talk, or does it, or is it just that all of this is coming out now? It's just the time. I've never spoken to any of those 3 people, those 3 movies. Never in my life. You know, I had this movie to make because I felt this is the truth about America, and I wanted to let American people know how it really works. Because they're deluded into thinking it's Republicans and Democrats. And they all hate each other. If you're Republican, they hate you. If you're Democrat, they hate you. And it's so stupid. It's just the other 2, but the ones that are out now, they all sort of really tie in a sense, to what you're...
Well, in the sense that there's social issues.
Yeah.
But it's different. My movie deals with the root cause of the problem.
Right.
You know, theirs deal with the symptoms of the problem.
Right.
That's the difference in the films. And if it wasn't for Michael Moore, my film never would have been made. He was a trailblazer.
Yeah.
And I thought he made a good movie. You know, even though I didn't agree with it all. You know, I thought he made a good movie. As a filmmaker, I respected what he did. But the reason that film got so much attention from the press and the media